The worst thing that happened to me in the field was when I had a great transaction with somebody and I thought I had a good relationship with them, and all of a sudden I see their home listed with somebody else. Well, every month what we like to do is make sure that all of our agents across the country are understanding what we're building for them. It's not always about what you think you should be building, it's about what you hear you should be building, meaning what is our main goal at this company? And the main goal at the company is we're an agent-first company. So what we build is to provide tools and resources to our agents. The referrals are one thing, but what we want to build are real in-the-field tools that agents are going to utilize on a daily basis to help them do two things. One, get more clients, and two, become more efficient. I think my background helps with that because I was in the field for so long that there were so many things that I could have utilized or had help with from a broker level support that unfortunately a lot of brokers can't make those investments today. They can't invest in a lot of tools and resources because many are losing money and most don't have good margin. And so when you start budgeting out, what are we gonna build? How long is it gonna take? What's it gonna cost? A lot of times brokerages have to pass on that because they just simply don't have the resources to do it. And for us, it's not a matter of resources in terms of like we have all this money. It's more of narrowing the focus to understand and sit in a room and say, if you're gonna give me 10 things and I can only pick 3, these are the 3, and it's for the fact that our agents will appreciate it. Our agents will want this. It will help them. You know, we have a product called AutoConnect. We spent a lot of time and money on that one, and essentially it's a follow-up cadence for prospects and past clients. There's two sides in real estate. There's your prospects, these are people that you hope to transact with, and then there's past clients, which are those that you already have. Now, typically, most people spend a lot of money on this prospecting side. They want more and more and more. But what happens is, as you expand the prospecting side, you start to not pay attention to those that might be low-hanging fruit because you're always trying to get more and more and more, and you lose sight of what's here in prospecting, meaning there becomes too much to follow up on. We want to help with that. The best one, and the one that people don't pay attention to a lot, is the past clients. And the reason that that one should be paid attention to the most, if you have a decent amount of past clients, is they already know you, and they already like you. And so it's not about them necessarily transacting in the short term, it's who they know that can transaction in the short term. And the more you can stay in front of that, the more that you're just top of mind when those people go to dinner, when they go to an event, and they see their friends and family. If you're top of mind and that gets brought up, then of course real estate gets brought up. We're thinking of moving, we're thinking of relocating, we're thinking of buying. If you're top of mind, your name will get brought up, and if you're not, it won't. But this is the easy one because people like you and they know you and they've worked with you. So if you did a good job, that's where the business of what we call SOI comes into play. But a lot of people neglect this side. And that's why you see that 96% of the time, people that have transacted with a real estate professional, maybe it's 93. It's a very shocking statistic, but less than 10% of people that work with a real estate professional will use that same real estate professional. I said this at our meeting yesterday. The worst thing that happened to me in the field was when I had a great transaction with somebody and I thought I had a good relationship with them, and all of a sudden I see their home listed with somebody else. Majority of the time, it was on me, and it was because I lost touch with them. I hadn't talked to them in 2 years. I hadn't talked to them in 3 years. And the investment to be made by staying in close contact with your past clients is so profound because it's very easy. Once a quarter, having you or somebody in your office touch base, there's so much automation that can be done now with market report, but nothing beats the personal touch, and that's the checking in. If people just paid attention to that, if you have 100 people in your book of business and you paid attention to at least every quarter, a personal phone call, how are things, and when you think about that, if you have 100 people, to do a quarterly outreach, if you break that down once a week only, it comes out to what? Maybe 10 people a week you have to talk to, or at least call? 9? How long does that take? An hour a week? If you have 100 people in your book of business, which some people do, many don't, but let's say there is 100 past clients that you have. If you dedicated 1 hour a week and you carved out, these are the 9-10 people a week, and you divide it out where it becomes part of the plan, the amount of referrals you get would explode. I don't know anybody that does it. They sporadically touch base here and there. There's no rhythm to it. And this is where, if I could go back, understanding operationally now to be more systematic over my career. There are things that I think I did very well in the field, and there are things I think I missed. I would do events and invitations once a quarter and invite my past clients, and some would show and some wouldn't. Would they still see my face and hear from me? Yes, because they would see the marketing of it. But that doesn't mean I personally called them. That doesn't mean someone from my office personally called and just said, hey, can we help you with anything? And if I had thought about it in terms of breaking it down where it doesn't seem so daunting, and I had a lot of past clients, but if I did it to where I or an assistant spent 2 hours a week doing that, when you think about 2 hours a week, it's 2 hours a week. I mean, I was doing 20 hours a week in an open house. I couldn't find 2 hours. I couldn't find 10% of my time at an open house to do those calls. That's nothing. So in any event, this stuff is so important in the past clients because that can lead to so much uplift in your self-gen business. And people, the best part about that side of the business is when someone does refer you, they typically don't shop you. They're already in. So-and-so likes you, I know I'm gonna like you, I trust you, help me buy a home. It's easy, it's much easier than prospecting. Somebody that doesn't know you, that you haven't met, that you're going on tour with, that tomorrow could go on a website and find a different agent or walk into a builder. But you have to pay attention to both. And this product called AutoConnect really is starting to help our agents significantly with both their prospecting and their past clients. So what AutoConnect does is it takes AI technology, and I know that's like the word, but it does. But it also puts a human element to it. And then there's a cadence of emails and text message that from a prospecting perspective is lightly touching you to see if you're ready to either A, look at homes, B, has something changed, C, is there anything I can do for you? And so we've created this to where there's just this mix-up of, I believe it's like 60 touches where we're just gently touching to try to get a conversation going. And when those conversations get going through AI technology, through all these bots that we have going on, it will then bring in the agent at the appropriate time, but they can see the conversation. So the robots know when they need to bring in an agent or when their time is done. Then there's things like, based on your search criteria, here's how the market is trending in a specific area. It'll do things like introduce them to new properties on the market as well and begin discussions there. So we'll take like a new listing that hits from our MLS portals, but we'll carve the messaging to where it's like, hey Bobby, this property just hit the market. I'm not sure if you're interested in seeing it, but if you are, please let me know. And when people engage in that, it'll start talking back to them. And if it's time to pull in an agent, they will. So it's very sophisticated in that sense. So that's the prospecting side. And then the past client side is what we call client for life. So that is delivering market analysis reports, trend reports, updates on the market, the anythings that you need, do you have a friend or family member? So all that is carved out where we're touching base, and when it's time to engage, the system lets us know it's time to engage again. All this stuff took a lot of time. There's a lot of elements to both, but what we want to do for our agents is we want to make sure that they understand that they have a brokerage that's helping them procure new business while at the same time helping them enhance their self-gen business from past clients. It was about 1.5 years to get this to where it needs to be. It probably still, not probably, everything needs enhancement and optimization. But last month we connected over 1,300 people, reconnected. So if you can take our referrals aside that we're always connecting with our agents, but if you have prospects and past clients that you can dig up and drum up and reconnect them with agents, last month, like I said, we did 1,300 of those. That's a lot. And for our agents, if you can get 2 or 3 of those a month, even one, but 2, 3 a month where you're like, gosh, I would have lost touch with that person. I haven't talked to that person since January. Those are valuable because we know odds are that would have been a lost client of yours. So it's a super impactful program. Our agents are really seeing the benefit of it. We're seeing the benefit of it internally as well too. But these are the type of things that we want to build for people. These are the type of things that we want to build for agents. It's not about going into a different realm and hosting meetings and what can we do to help you close more deals? Can we drive business to you through our referral partners? Can we drum up more business through AutoConnect? Can we give you tools on your phone that make it easy to market for social media, for appointments, listing materials, buyer guide materials? What are the things that we can do? Showing you how your performance is on your phone. Click of a button, how you doing? Where are you at? So these tools and resources that we build are super valuable to our agents because it's not just about driving more and more opportunity through new business. It's also about giving them the tools to help them become more efficient in the field and stuff that we know that they'll use. You know, we built stuff that sits on the shelf and you sit back there and you're like, what a waste of time and money that was. I thought that would have been helpful. I thought they would have used it and no one uses it. So now I don't listen to myself. I listen to the street. We ask questions. We hear what they want or how we can enhance a product that we have, and then we go back to the lab and we start building. But we're always prioritizing that build because there's just things that we feel is more important than others when it comes to where should we put time, energy, and resources into building that product. It's available to all of our agents that join JMG because we want to help you close more deals. Our commitment is you're going to close more deals than you ever have. And it's not just from our referral partner channels, it's also from what we can do internally to help drive more business to you. You will be busier at this brokerage than any brokerage you ever join. That I can promise. Question is, do you take advantage of it? Everybody wants to get busy and everyone wants to close more deals up here. The question is, when you have the opportunity to get busy, do you really want to work hard? Because there's people that want to work hard and say, this is incredible, I've never been so busy, I've never had this kind of opportunity. And then there's those that say, wow, like I'm working so much now. It's amazing how the attitude of, I want to make more money doesn't necessarily equate to, but I have to work hard to do it. Those two will never pencil. Meaning, no one is ever going to make more money and work less. And it's funny how sometimes you get that mentality of, well, I see this in established agents a lot too. Well, I don't want to sell anymore. I want to have a team, or I want to go be a coach. But they still want to maintain the lifestyle and the income that they have. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. Because if you stop doing this, all of a sudden, the income there stops. If you want to make more money, you got to work harder. It's just that simple. You want to make more money? Work harder. It's amazing how you actually, if you start with number two, number one just seems to come. If you work harder, you'll ultimately make more money. That's the way it should be. It should never start with, I want to make more money. It should start with, if I work really hard, I know I'm going to make money. And if I continue to work hard, more and more money will come. That should be the attitude.